Hello, Candice Sanderson, author of The Reluctant Messenger. I wanted to share with you my meditation experience last Friday, which was April 12th, 2019. I got in my car on my way to Goddess I Am for their Friday morning meditation. As I was driving this short distance, I couldn't help but appreciate all the beauty that surrounded me. I looked outside my car window and there's a beautiful tree just filled with all sorts of different shades of green leaves. It was bending ever so slightly in this breeze that came. The warm Florida sunshine was coming through my window and it warmed me. And I thought, my life is pretty perfect. This is just wonderful. Some of this might have to do, my feeling of being in this peace may have to do because I retired last June, so I no longer have the same challenges as I did when I was working full-time as a psychologist. But I also started thinking about some of my friends, and they told me that there is a planet or two, I'm not too sure, that's in retrograde. And although I still don't really know what that means, from hearing them talk, what I understand is when the planets are in retrograde, it leads to chaos. They have problems, relationship problems, problems at work, their cars break down, whatever it is. But this retrograde apparently creates some real unsettling issues for them. And I almost felt a little guilty because I didn't feel that way at all. I felt like my life was pretty much near perfection. As I'm driving, I go to a stoplight, and while I'm stopped, I feel this familiar nudge, and I knew that a messenger was close by. I grabbed my iPhone and started to record the following, and I realized I've connected with enough messengers that quite often I can identify who they are. And I knew that this message was coming from angels. It was from the angel realm. And let me just read what they said. Rise above the petty concerns that might surround your day-to-day activities, for this is the true path to enlightenment. It is learning to step into the divine by choice. It is learning to reduce those energy frequencies that bombard you and take you away from your true purpose, your true path in life. Enlightenment for the modern human is a task that can be achieved by not fighting with incoming malaligned frequencies, but rather learning how to defray and deflect those energies away from your true self. March forward, march onward, march to the beat of your own drum as it connects to higher sources. Feel the beat from the heart of Mother Earth. Look upward, raise your eyes, raise your heart. Raise your intentions to higher and loftier goals. Know that ye are one, and allow that oneness to guide you on the path of wisdom. The light changed. I continued my drive to Goddess I Am. And when I got there and started settling into the meditation room with my, of course, journal that I keep with me at all times and my pen, I felt things were a little off. The peaceful feeling that I had while I was driving over was no longer there. It wasn't really anything negative, but the energy in the room was just a little bit unsettling. The meditation began, and as usual, Beth had us each engage, close our eyes, and we each engaged in some very deep breathing. We had several rounds of this deep breathing, and immediately my vision started. When I have these visions, I can see things from more than one perspective. There's the observer me that watches things as they occur, and then there's the me that is actually in the middle of what the observer me is observing. So the observer me took a bird's eye view, and I saw that every time we would exhale, including myself, this milky white, smoky substance left our bodies. I could see our breath, and then that smoky white substance all came to the center of the room and went up through this vortex and up through like the upper levels of the cosmos. And although I could see the smoke going up through this portal, I was still sitting in my chair at Goddess I Am, but not for long. All of a sudden, the me who was in the at Goddess I Am dissolved into the smoky white substance, and I was like swept up through this portal. I dissolved into these moving clouds, and I slipped into this very silent, very expansive cosmic void. And as I entered the heavens above, I totally exploded into, I don't know, it must have been 1 billion points of light. They seemed to explode like in slow motion, going up and up and up, and then slowly they came right back down like a very gentle rain, and they landed in this beautiful wave of energy that was nothing but love and compassion. And I knew this wave of compassion permeated the entire universe. As the observer me looked, these golden sparkles that had been me now looked like a raft of golden sparkles just floating on this sea of nothingness, this sea of everythingness. Then I looked around where I was, and I saw that I was surrounded by these multiple tunnels. And I understood that I could take any one of these tunnels, and they would lead me to another realm of possibilities. I could do or go anything I wanted. I was floating in the sea of nothing but pure potential. But I didn't want to go anywhere. This was so peaceful, the unity of being at one with everything. So I chose to just stay there. It was perfection. It was serenity. And then the angel spoke again. Peace be unto you, O ye children of the earth. Come and rest your concerns and problems at our feet. Know that you are loved, truly loved beyond measure. Know that you are part of a divine plan. Trust that the path will be lighted for you. Release that which does not serve you. As you enter higher realms of consciousness, feel our presence. Know that we accompany you on this path. Call upon us, for we are here to help you traverse your journey of life. Within a few minutes, Beth called us back into the meditation room. It was time for us to end the meditation. But I was still this raft of golden light floating. But as she called me, then the light that I was just came right back into the room, reversing its path, coming in through the portal. And as I went through this vortex, it reminded me of like going down a drain. And as I fully expected, the observer me fully expected to see that golden light re-enter my body, that's not what happened. Instead, this golden light, these golden points of light circled the room and showered each person with these most magnificent divine sparks. And then the rest did enter me. And then I realized this was perfect. This was a perfect way to end the meditation. When I opened my eyes, I realized that the chaotic, unsettled feeling that I had when the meditation began ended, and I felt nothing but peace and bliss. And I realized that I had brought back, as everyone else had too, they may not have been able to see what I saw. But we brought back with us divine sparks from the angel realm, from the higher levels of consciousness, from whatever you want to call it, but higher dimensions. And as those sparks filled all of us, it made me realize part of the message about the unity. And we are all one. And if we can allow our divine sparks to really shine and help us lead the way, then that would make our lives so much better. The angel said that we could step into divinity by choice. And when we do learn to rise above our petty concerns, we do enter a realm of higher vibrational states. And when we're in those peaceful states, those divine spaces, that's when we do really, or I was able to really feel the unity and what really unity is. And no matter what we think, we are not our physical bodies. We are part of everything that there is. When we come into this earth, we go through what's been called, what they've told, the messengers have told me, is a veil of forgetfulness. We don't remember our divine natures. It's part of the learning process on earth is to seek out our divine natures. But once we enter physicality, things change. But things are changing now, and as part of the transition of us as human beings, as Mother Earth, we are transitioning to higher realms, and it's perhaps time to lift that veil by choosing to follow the light and understand the unity of all that there is. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to subscribe below and click the little icon that looks like a bell if you want to be notified when a new video is uploaded. Hope everyone has a great day, and thank you for spending time with me. Goodbye.